This isn't the first time Saudi Arabia has grabbed headlines with ambitious projects. This time, they're tackling a fundamental challenge: water. This is a pipeline unlike any other, stretching a mind-boggling 12,000 kilometers, longer than the Nile itself. This audacious plan aims to transport desalinated seawater across the kingdom, transforming its water security landscape. But what's the story behind it, and will it work? Let's find out. The water problem. When you hear of Saudi Arabia, you might think of people living in a land where rain is practically a myth and rivers are just stories from history books. Well, to a point, that's life for people in Saudi Arabia, one of the driest countries on earth. For decades, they've been facing a hidden challenge: water scarcity. It all started with a big discovery: a massive underground water reservoir like a giant water bank buried deep beneath the desert. This was a game changer. With this hidden treasure, Saudi Arabia could finally grow its own food, transforming the barren landscape into productive farms. But here's the surprising twist. This water wasn't like a regular bank account you can keep refilling. It was more like a treasure. Once you take it out, it's gone for good. Unlike rain that replenishes rivers and lakes, this underground water had accumulated for millions of years, with very little added back naturally. The problem? We humans are pretty good at spending. Farmers pumped out this precious resource at an alarming rate, using up 5 cubic kilometers, enough to fill 2 million Olympic swimming pools every year. And with little to no rain to refill the water bank, experts estimate that a whopping 80% of this ancient water source is now depleted, practically gone in just a few decades. Despite its water challenges, Saudi Arabia surprisingly holds the bronze medal for the highest water consumption per person in the world. This paradox shows us the immense effort it takes to keep the taps running in such a dry climate. The secret weapon? Oil. Saudi Arabia, the world's leading oil exporter, uses its oil wealth to power desalination plants that turn seawater into drinkable water. It's a complex and energy-intensive process, but it's what keeps the country going. However, relying heavily on oil has its risks. As the world transitions to cleaner energy sources, the future of oil is uncertain. This pushes Saudi Arabia to find new ways to manage its water resources and reduce its dependence on this finite resource. And this is where the massive 12,000-kilometer pipeline comes in. The pipeline. The country is planning a mind-boggling project, building the world's largest source of drinkable water. This ambitious plan involves digging a massive underground network of pipes, specifically a 12,000-kilometer-long river snaking beneath the desert. Think of the River Nile, but longer and underground. These won't be your average pipes, though. To withstand the harsh conditions, they'll be specially designed anti-corrosion pipes, each a whopping 2.25 meters wide. And here's the best part. The entire network, including all the branches reaching individual cities, will stretch a massive 126,000 kilometers. That's enough to wrap around the Earth 3 times. This mega project is expected to be a game changer, with a daily production capacity of 9.4 million cubic meters of water. It has the potential to significantly improve Saudi Arabia's water security. No more relying solely on that precious, dwindling underground reservoir. But this project isn't just about water. It's all part of a larger vision: Saudi Arabia's commitment to sustainability and combating climate change. This is where names like the Saudi Green Initiative, or SGI, come into the picture. This massive pipeline project aligns perfectly with those goals. SGI is a multi-pronged attack on climate change. It aims to reduce emissions, increase green spaces through massive tree planting initiatives, and protect the environment for future generations. They've already launched 77 different initiatives under this umbrella, with investments exceeding $186 billion. One of the key focuses of SGI is transitioning Saudi Arabia to a green economy, reducing its reliance on fossil fuels. They've already launched a bunch of renewable energy projects, with a combined capacity capacity to generate a whopping 13.76 gigawatts of clean electricity. That's enough to power millions of homes and businesses. But they're not stopping there. Saudi Arabia is also exploring capturing and storing carbon emissions, essentially taking them out of the atmosphere. You can think of this as a giant vacuum cleaner for greenhouse gases. This circular carbon economy approach is another innovative strategy in their sustainability toolbox. All these efforts, including the massive water pipeline project, contribute to Saudi Arabia's ambitious goals. They aim to reduce their carbon footprint by a staggering 278 million tons per year by 2030. That's a serious commitment to a cleaner future. And since we're already talking of the future, what technology could this initiative be using? The technology. Firstly, the pipes themselves are no ordinary construction material. Since they'll be buried deep underground and exposed to the elements, they need to be incredibly tough. That's where anti-corrosion pipes come in. These specially designed pipes, each 2.25 meters wide, can withstand the corrosive effects of the surrounding soil and the water itself, ensuring the pipeline functions flawlessly for decades to come. Remember how Saudi Arabia is a leader in desalination? This expertise plays a crucial role in the project as well. The water for the pipeline won't come from magical underground springs. It will be desalinated seawater. Techniques like multi-effect desalination, MED, multi-stage flash, MSF, and reverse osmosis, RO, will be employed to remove all the salt and impurities from seawater, transforming it into clean, drinkable water for homes and farms across the country. Innovation doesn't stop at the water source, though. Companies like Barogue are contributing innovative polyolefin solutions for the pipeline itself. These fancy materials are essentially a type of super strong plastic that can resist both chemical and physical wear and tear. This ensures the pipes can handle the long-term demands of carrying millions of cubic meters of water daily. But how do you keep an eye on such a massive network buried beneath the desert? Well, this is where the world of advanced monitoring systems comes into play. Companies like Yokogawa are stepping up with their Stardom network-based control system. This system, along with flow meters, transmitters, and a cutting-edge leak detection system, will constantly monitor the pipelines. They'll also provide analytical equipment to make sure the water quality stays pristine, and their fast tools, SCADA software, will act as the brain of the operation, ensuring everything runs smoothly and any potential issues are identified before they become problems. Finally, the project is being built using a financing method called to build, own, operate, and transfer, or BOOT. Here's how it works. A private company gets a concession from the government, specifically permission to design, build, and operate the pipeline for a set period. This allows the project to benefit from private sector expertise in managing large-scale construction while balancing the risks and rewards between the government and the company involved. These are just some of the technological marvels that will make this ambitious project a reality, and maybe they will implement more in the future. But will all these projects be a win for the economy of Saudi Arabia? Impact on economy. The economic potential of this record-breaking pipeline project is as vast as the desert landscape it will pass through. This project could be a massive job creator. Large-scale infrastructure projects like this one are employment powerhouses. Thousands of jobs will be created during the construction phase, from engineers and construction workers to logistics specialists and security personnel. But the benefits don't stop once the pipes are laid. The ongoing operation and maintenance of the pipeline will require a skilled workforce to ensure long-term employment opportunities for Saudi residents. This project also acts as a giant welcome sign for investors. The sheer scale and ambition of building the world's largest water source are bound to attract significant investments from both domestic and international companies. This influx of capital will stimulate economic activity and contribute to a crucial goal for Saudi Arabia: diversifying its economy. Currently, oil is a major player, but this project paves the way for a more balanced and sustainable economic landscape. The pipeline isn't just about bringing water, it's about bringing opportunities for the private sector. As the project unfolds, new businesses and industries will likely emerge, specializing in operations, maintenance, and the various technologies that will keep this water giant running smoothly. This fosters a competitive environment, which boosts innovation and efficiency across the board. But let's not forget the reason why this pipeline exists in the first place: Water. A reliable source of water is the lifeblood of agriculture. With the pipeline delivering a steady stream, farmers can unlock their full potential, growing more crops and increasing their yields. This translates to a thriving agricultural sector, which not only contributes to the country's economic well-being, but also strengthens food security for its people. The economic benefits extend beyond just creating new opportunities. The project is expected to bring significant cost reductions in the long run. Imagine relying on expensive water imports, a scenario that will become a thing of the past with this domestic water source. Additionally, the advanced technologies incorporated into the pipeline will promote more efficient water usage, further reducing overall costs. Finally, the pipeline project itself is a major infrastructure development initiative. Building a 12,000-kilometer network will require the creation of new infrastructure, a ripple effect that will stimulate growth across various sectors. Think of new transportation links, improved communication networks, and the development of service centers along the pipeline route. So, what does the future hold? Saudi Arabia's economy is already experiencing accelerated growth, fueled by rising oil prices and a flourishing non-oil sector. The pipeline project is expected to act as a further accelerant, with projections estimating a growth surge to 3% in 2024. While the growth rate is likely to stabilize in the coming years, the outlook for the non-oil sector remains positive, with a steady upward climb anticipated. Even with some potential challenges, the project paves the way for a future filled with strong private consumption, a potential boom in religious tourism, and a significant increase in domestic capital spending. Beyond economic prosperity, Saudi Arabia is striving to be a leader in environmental responsibility. The pipeline project isn't simply an engineering feat, it's part of a larger green movement. By providing a sustainable water source, it reduces reliance on desalination plants, which can have a hefty environmental footprint. This aligns with Saudi Arabia's commitment to reduce emissions by a staggering 278 million tons per annum by 2030. What do you think of the project? Are these projects Saudi's realistic dreams or just dreams? Share your thoughts below, and we'll see you next time.